The new RMU isn't very impressive, is it?
Which one?
The phone one.
I think it's quite nice.
It's not 25 grand nice.
No, that one isn't one that we've paid for. That's one that they've bought on site.
But I wouldn't say his RMU looks better than my one.
Well, I mean, he's gone for LED lighting, and you know we've gone for a white finish, but you know ours are different to that, and I'll show you what they look like.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you have 3 large units, and then 2 smaller units.
But what about a working space?
Well, it's one of those things where we can either, if your printer is that way or that way, you could then possibly get a working table in here. I mean, you've basically got...
It's no good putting a working table in there.
It just sounds crazy. I mean, I could have been left alone, I believe, and run out my contract, and then we could have spoke about this next year and had a lot more time to go through it. It just seems like, well, you know what it seems like.
Well, you know, as I said to your mum on the phone, we were told to do things a certain way round, but there were some pretty long delays, mainly because they wanted to roll it out to 5 shopping centres rather than just 1, and the finance for those wasn't available.
But I could have been left alone, couldn't I?
Potentially.
Now, with looking at hindsight, I could have just ran out my contract,
Yeah.
and then I could have had my January off and we talked about all this in February. And
Yeah, basically.
yeah,
And
so
you've lost
I've lost
money.
the first 5 months I was here. I lost money every week because I had no shops by me; they all closed down. And you said, "Well, hold it out. I'll sort it out for you," and then
You'll get better.
you just kicked me out. So I've lost another 3 months where I haven't made no money. And then when I come back, I'm going to lose money because I've lost all my customers. It takes time to build it back up again. It'd be like January, February all over again for me.
Right. Well,
it's not good.
We can either do this or not. It's completely your choice.
Yeah, but it would have been nice if it had all happened so much fairer.
It didn't, but there's not a lot I can do about it now. All I can say to you is we will look at this going forward.
It just feels like this looks rushed at the moment. It doesn't feel like it's going to be perfect. It's like, well, we'll put a table there. I'm thinking, wouldn't it be best if we designed some way of... Do you see where I'm coming from? I'll be stuck with this thing for 3 years.
Yes.
Because those units there aren't going to be... We gave you the dimensions. Kevin was supposed to work with a designer to say what he wanted to give his input in, but those tables there, work surfaces, aren't going to be big enough.
Right, okay.
And to put a table in is
just crazy.
It's just going to look a bit out of place.
I mean, what is actually happened is that the funding just disappeared. Yeah.
Yes and no. It did for a time, but basically our bank wouldn't give us the money when we wanted it, and we've had to go and buy another shopping centre to release the capital that we needed. I mean, at the same time, they've now, instead of the 3 million that I was asking for, they're giving me 5 million, and we're going to be redoing the ground floor completely. Vision Xpress are moving upstairs. Reveal are going. We're taking half the road from the council. We're building outdoor seating, which is great on a day like this. We're taking half the service road. We're putting raising bollards there to restrict access. We've pre-let an Italian restaurant there. We've got a coffee shop going in there. We've got another big store moving into there. How it looks now.
And I thought all the RMUs were going to be small.
Well, not necessarily.
I mean, that's kind of what I was pitched. Everyone's going to be that size.
Yeah.
The RMUs will be, because it's modular, and you know, since we had the original conversation, things have moved on, and we were originally sent this late August. But yeah, there's a bigger plan. Now,
that's not going to help his situation as it is at the minute.
well,
is it?
as it is at the moment, we're looking that realistically from, if we agree a deal, then we're looking about 5 weeks from that point to getting a new kiosk on site.
You see, it's the idea if it gets busy at Christmas and I wouldn't have enough time to get used to the new... Do you see what I'm saying? It's like I know my setup now.
Yeah.
Couldn't I have my one until after Christmas and then do all this?
No, I mean, we'd be happy for you to bring your kit back in short term until these were ready. But we wouldn't want to leave it through the busiest trading time. We'd want it to be on a new style kiosk.
See, that's the thing. You have to learn it fast. You know, you get very flustered at Christmas.
Yeah. Okay. So, on the design, are you saying that that's not going to be...
I don't think so. I mean, I can't see it, so I have to imagine it. And by imagine it, with the mentality of, well, we'll put a table there, that doesn't sound like it's actually functioning
For what you want.
for what I want. It seems like there's the unit, but bringing a table,
Yeah.
That's not good, is it, really?
no.
Because
Okay.
they were supposed to be designed.
Specifically for the task of making canvas. Now they just seem to be brought in for the sake of being brought in.
Since we had that conversation, they cut down the amount of different options.
I mean, are they still £25,000 units?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yes and no.
And has it still got the thing where the background changes? And
What do you mean?
you said that there was going to be a thing where I'd click a button and the backgrounds had changed, take photos
Right.
of kids and stuff. Does that still all exist? Or?
No.
No.
No, not on this. No.
Because that was the whole point of me signing for the 3 years, because all these wonderful things were taking place.
There's LED lighting within the bases of the unit, so it does cycle through the colours to make them look attractive, etc., etc. But we've had to take out any of the bespoke unit.
But what did you do with the dimensions I gave you? Because obviously they haven't been taken in account of what's there.
Of the printer.
No, of the work surface that he will.
I mean,
He will need.
we presumed that you'd be able to put a table of some sort in here to be able to do that.
Look
Silly.
odd and taking up more space again? I thought these were supposed to be so that he's in a smaller area to what he would have been. So, what's the point in getting a table there?
I wouldn't be able to move.
With the printer and the table, there'd be no space for customers to come and...
So, what sort of space would you need?
Can I write on
Yeah,
these?
of course you can. Yeah.
So let me think. There's 3. So where would the printer be?
We thought the printer would either be there or
I thought it was going to be in its own special case.
on with the...
we had to get rid of that.
Right, that had to go too.
Yeah.
So that's... See, where you had it before, you had it in one run.
Yeah.
So this is going to make it a bigger space.
Yeah, it seems like all the units are all pretty much the same, and you're trying to make everybody kind of fit to the design, so the design fit into me.
Bar 1, which is a nail bar, which is a different design, but that's obviously because it has a specific purpose.
So does the canvas still.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And when do
You
you
see.
envisage that they're all going to be in by?
The first one we take delivery of on the 29th of October, which is the bag one.
Right.
The nail bar is second week in November, but we can push that one back if, to get it in for you guys if...
We'd rather you leave it, Kevin, till the last, really.
because that is only 450 mil across the top. So that's not going to give you enough workspace, is it?
No.
So really what you're saying is you would need 30 by 40.
That is the frame.
Yeah.
So obviously you need a bit of room each side.
Yeah.
You?
See, this isn't just going to happen with a click of a fingers. It takes time to design stuff like this. Time that I did give you.
Yeah.
I just really think this should have all happened next year when we could all have time to just mill on it. Instead of hacking people's contracts to pieces.
Right. Okay. So, shall we get you back in on the kit that you're on for now until just Christmas?
Gotcha, yeah. Yeah, I'd be happy with that.
And then between now and then, obviously because you're on site, we can discuss this in more detail.
Yeah.
So if you tell me when you want to come in.
That's middle October.
The only thing that upset me really was the letter that Kevin has.
Yeah, that was well uncalled for. If you haven't moved everything, it'll be all destroyed and disposed of. I mean,
It's just standard.
I think that
You know.
it's
They're a standard letter. They're not personal at all.
they are when they're being sent to you.
Yeah, no, I understand that. Okay.
What happened to Makeup Man?
He was only on a short-term contract and he wasn't making the money, so he's coming back over Christmas.
Right.
But he had because he was just a short-term operator. He had a month's break clause within his lease from his side, so he had the opportunity to go. And his sales were good, but he just wasn't making enough to pay the girls on the stand.
See, that's what it is in them. I couldn't afford to pay anybody. And I think sometimes you just don't understand how hard it is down there.
Yeah, no, it's...
I mean, it was panicking to pay the rent.
Yeah.
Will you get the rent? Will you get the rent? You know, by Wednesday, if sales were bad, then when are we going to get the money from?
Yeah.
So, you know.
So what RMU is he using for Christmas, out of curiosity?
He is using one of the temporary ones, because again, I've not got any extra stock of these ordered for anybody else. This time next year, when we've got more permanent people, we probably won't have any temporary traders.
So when Kevin brings in his kit, where will it be positioned?
Next to the 3 stand.
Right.
We'll have to see whether...
But then, so who will be in my spot in that time period?
We'd already pre-let that for Christmas as an extra stand for Harvey.
So is 2 stands going in that spot?
What we do...
Because that was the reason for moving, because 2 spots were taken up that spot.
What we've done short term is... Again, because we hadn't got everything ready, we've got... So 3's there, you would be there, Harvey is going there, and then there's another one going on the corner there. So
Harvey's just literally took my spot just for Christmas.
Yeah.
And I've just been absolutely... I've had my business and my life destroyed. That's pretty much what's happened. You've got a blowtorch out and you've put it on my life. That's what you have done.
Basically, we've had to make the decision late on because we couldn't get the kiosk project done.
Yeah, but we always knew I existed. We always knew that.
Oh, no, absolutely. Absolutely. But...
I think that is...
Yeah, you've got to see where I'm coming from with this.
Yeah.
Why should Harvey take preference?
He doesn't take preference,
but he does, because he's taking his space.
Well, no, we'd said that this would be the space for the proper kiosk here. You've just said to me you don't want me to do that until next year. So what I'm saying to you is I'll agree to that, but it would be in that new space, because since we've done a deal on that space there.
See, people are so used to me being there. You don't understand what a gamble it is. seems all so unfair.
You're very cutthroat. Very cutthroat. I mean, he's been here 3 years now.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, you got the makeup man sorted for Christmas. I mean, can't I have his spot? Because
we've agreed a deal on it now.
but we'd agreed a deal for the year. Do you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, no,
I'll have that spot for 3 years instead.
Yeah.
And that's not going to happen, no.
No.
Do you see how... So you'll let some guy that just comes in temporary have more dominance over someone that's going to sign for 3 years. And you'll let Harvey have more dominance than me because he's signing for 3.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a pecking order that doesn't seem to exist only when it's on me.
Okay. This is the situation. If you want to do the deal, we're here to do the deal. But if not, then feel free just to walk away.
Out of curiosity, is Harvey signed? Is he at 100%?
We've got heads of terms agreed. They're with the solicitors on the 2 units, and then he's already signed up for the paid deposit on the temporary one.
Right. Gotcha. So is he still having 3 units
He's
for
having
3 years?
3 units for Christmas, and then 2 units for 3 years.
I thought it was 3 units for 3 years.
No, it's only 2
But
units
that
for 3
was
years.
the original one, though, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that's changed.
Yeah.
So he can change.
Everyone can change but me.
No, that's not the case, Kevin. I came into this meeting saying that it would be the new kiosk from November, and you said you don't want to do that, so I'm trying to be flexible.
Gotcha.
So I am allowing you to change.
But he also had a contract for that space for the year.
Yeah.
It's like you'll honour everyone's contract but mine.
No, that's not the case. And it's not personal, it's business. And I know that doesn't mean much, but that's just the way it is. And we were told we had to do things in a certain order by a certain time.
So,
And the powers above me made a few mistakes, which means that we've let you down in being able to look after you in the mouths.
Well, because you let him down, couldn't you do something not to let him down now, and to show that?
Well, that's why I'm saying that. That's why I'm saying that we will pay for the removals for you both ways, and we would charge you the current level of rent that you were paying before, rather than the new contract rent when we pay for your kiosk.
right.
But it would be in that level of space, so it's 3.264 metres by 2.264. Which you got a copy of that already? No.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what date are we today with the
24th.
24th? So I don't know when it'd be wise to put back in. I mean, Harvey knew he was having that spot for Christmas before I even got the letter saying I was going, because he told me so.
And he hassled
You know.
you for months, didn't he,
Well,
to get downstairs?
we hadn't agreed anything with Harvey at that point.
Oh, he'd come and told me. He said, I'm having your spot for Christmas. I said, of course you can. Contracted for the year, you idiot. Go away. And what he said exactly is true. I mean, he told me that in, was it March? You know.
Yeah, because you've been gone since June.
It was when I got back, he told me, and I thought, well, that's not good. He knew from day one he was having my spot.
Well, that's where we are. If you want to come back and do the deal, great. If not, just let me know, and we'll take it from there.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll ring you today or perhaps tomorrow time.
Okay, that's fine.
So I'll see what Dad says. And yeah, I don't like just jumping in on
Yeah,
things.
no, that's fine, Kevin. No problem.
I should give you a call sometime.
Okay.
Today or tomorrow.
That's fine.
Right. That's good
Thanks
seeing
very
you,
much.
yeah.